The US 2024 elections is ultimately over, but the impact of the results are being felt up to this very hour. Now, for the Republicans and many people who voted for Trump, it is a new day. It is MAGA moment, Make America Great Again. On the other hand, for the Democrats and their faithful and those who voted for Kamala Harris, it is a painful moment. It is a very somber mood, them coming to terms with the reality. And the rest of us, the best we can do is to allow them space and time to grieve, because it's heartbreak. And I'm a believer of permitting people to heal naturally, not gaslighting them, not trying to make them feel hurt more. And really, that is what this space is all about. My name is Martin, and this is Sasa Business Village. We do business coaching for small scale businesses. We do bookkeeping. We also provide applications that can help your business automatically do records and generate reports that can help you in making better decisions to improve profitability in your business. Now, let's listen to how the Democrats are reacting to their loss, and we'll go to MSNBC and look at this clip. So I will be interrupting time and again just to create a conversation, but it is what it is. Let's just watch and listen.
Who's been with us throughout this election. Welcome back, Jay. I just went through the how, the why, and what's next. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I'll be really honest about this. There are rational reasons, concrete reasons for why this defeat occurred. You talked about them: inflation, immigration, discontent among non-college voters, particularly young voters who did not go to college. But as many times as I hear them, and I and you and everybody will be hearing them for the rest of our lives, it just doesn't, on some level, ever make sense to me. And that goes to why I was wrong about this election. John Heilman, not John Heilman, it's John Meacham, wrote that book, The Soul of America. And I remember in 2017, he said he wouldn't have written that book if Trump had won the popular vote. Well, here we are. And last night, I was thinking, oh my gosh, is that Madison Square Garden rally, is that the soul of America now? And the reality is that there is a dark part of the American soul, and Donald Trump appeals to it. And I think we make the mistake of thinking that.
And this is where I interrupt, because I disagree with that kind of articulation, that kind of messaging. You see, according to me, you don't stand a chance in appealing to the masses if you play victim. And unfortunately, the Democrats, being led by that campaign team of Kamala Harris, they are playing victims. Now, victim projection is not a positive message that can inspire people to believe in your policies and to believe in your messaging. For a very long time, Democrats have always pulled the race card, demonizing Trump, demonizing Republicans and all that stuff. But from where I sit, America has made huge progress. Yes, I agree. Racism is still a factor, but it's not as strong as it was years ago. Today, we can see on our screens how the blacks have made progress, how today blacks can also be on the same table with the whites in terms of the wealth, in terms of the the positions they hold. And so one doesn't really understand, why do Democrats keep on playing victims, as you've heard from this guy who's being interviewed on this on this screen. But it's unfortunate. I think it's a messaging for me. Stop playing victim and own up and really support Donald Trump, because he has said he's going to serve all Americans.
He elected an authoritarian. I think somebody said that we definitely an authoritarian, and inflation's 2%. And that just shows you a failure of communication, a failure to connect with voters. If there's a big takeaway, it is that we cannot be the college-educated party. I mean, that is what we are. And, Harris did increase among college-educated women. And it's great that we have college graduates, and that educational attainment's a great thing, and it's great that we encourage it. But the reality is that we are not connecting with non-college voters. And now,
let me jump in, because do you think, because you're speaking to this and you spoke to racism and civil rights, do you think a party that used to talk about welcoming people into a long-term civil rights process has become a party that, fairly or not, is heard as scolding and judging a ton of people?
So I don't know what you think, and please feel free to share your views in the comment section. But clearly, the Democrats voters have no problem. I think it's about the messaging. If your messaging is negative, the messaging of Kamala Harris focused on Trump. It focused on personalities. It focused on the weaknesses of Trump. Now, humanly speaking, if you engage in such a route, you're likely to trigger sympathy. And so at the end of the day, in this election, the person who we could say was a victim was Donald Trump, because of what he has gone through, up to a point where no one really believed he will stand again. So it is the messaging that has messed up the Democratic elections this time around. If they are to improve, then they have to be honest with themselves. And most importantly, they need to trust the people they bring to the public to lead those positions, because there's grapevine that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were just puppets, and someone was pulling the strings behind. So it wasn't them who were really in charge of decisions. And you could clearly see the lack of confidence in Kamala Harris when she was being interviewed. She rarely exuded confidence, or as a person who knew where they're coming from, what is happening. And it is unfortunate, but then it is a moment they need to do introspection, retrospection, and I'm sure another time they can come back and perhaps succeed, right? Yeah, thank you very much. I'll see you in the next episode. Please subscribe.